Ever stumbled upon a photo that made you question everything you knew? Well, scientists, with their insatiable curiosity, often uncover images that leave them utterly baffled. Some of these photos are so startling that they've been tucked away, hidden from public view by those who'd rather keep their secrets. But as these images slowly emerge from the shadows, they challenge our understanding of history and the very world we inhabit. So, which snapshots have left the brightest minds scratching their heads? And just how many have been explained away? Dive in with us as we unveil the top 10 declassified historical photos that have left scientists spellbound. Number 1. The Tunguska Event. Alright, cosmic detectives, let's journey back in time to June 30th, 1908. Picture this, a serene morning in the remote Siberian wilderness, when suddenly, the sky lights up with a blinding blue-white brilliance. This wasn't the dawn of a regular day but the onset of the Tunguska Event, named after the nearby Tunguska River. At precisely 7:17 a.m., an explosion of epic proportions shook the region. The aftermath? A whopping 80 million trees knocked flat, covering an area of 830 square miles. That's like wiping out an entire city. And this wasn't just a local event. Seismic ripples from the explosion were felt as far away as Europe. For years, the Tunguska Event was shrouded in mystery. What caused such a massive explosion in such a remote location? As time went on, declassified documents began to shed light on the event. These papers weren't just dry reports but contained first-hand accounts, scientific probes, and even aerial photos from the Cold War era. But here's the kicker. Many of these images still defy explanation. So, what's the real story behind the Tunguska Event? Was it a meteor? An alien encounter? Or something entirely different? The truth remains elusive, reminding us of the countless mysteries our planet still holds. Number 2. UFO on the Moon. Alright, space enthusiasts, let's rewind to 1972. Astronauts, while orbiting the moon, caught something on camera that had everyone scratching their heads. For a fleeting moment, an object that looked suspiciously like a spacecraft from a sci-fi movie made a cameo. It darted out of view, only to pop back into frame 4 seconds later. Now, before you jump to conclusions about little green men, there's more to the story. Was it an alien spacecraft? Or perhaps a sneaky satellite from rival nations? The footage sparked wild theories, but a team of sharp-eyed experts took a closer look. Their verdict? It's less close encounters of the third kind, and more mundane. They concluded that the mysterious object was likely the EVA floodlight or boom from the Apollo 16 mission itself. So, while it might not be our ticket to confirming extraterrestrial life, it's a fun reminder of the mysteries space still holds for us. What do you think? Alien joyride or just some space equipment photobombing? Number 3. Fairy circles. Alright, mystery lovers, let's take a journey from the vastness of space to the intriguing landscapes of Earth. Ever heard of the fairy circles of Namibia and Australia? Picture this. Vast stretches of arid grasslands punctuated by peculiar circular patches of barren land. These circles, ranging from 7 to 49 feet in diameter, have been a source of wonder and speculation for years. Now, you might be thinking, what's the big deal about some circles? Well, despite countless studies and head-scratching, scientists are still in the dark about what causes these formations. There's no shortage of theories, though. Some point fingers at a particular species of termite, suggesting they're the architects behind these patterns. Others argue that it's all about plants competing for resources, leading to these barren patches. But here's where it gets even more intriguing. While some fairy circles in Australia appear on sandy terrains, their Namibian counterparts are found on clayey grounds. This variation adds another layer to the enigma. Some experts have even tossed out wilder theories, hinting at radioactive soil or plant toxins. And yes, termite casts have been found in all these circles. Plus, radar studies in 2012 revealed a moist layer of soil beneath them. Could termites be the culprits after all? But wait, there's more. Some botanists are adamant that the termite theory doesn't hold water. They believe that residual plant toxins might be the reason for the barren interiors of these circles. So, where does that leave us? Still searching for answers. The fairy circles remain one of nature's most captivating puzzles. Number 4. Cooper's family photo. Alright, gather round because we've got a photographic mystery that's been baffling folks for decades. Picture this, the Cooper family, all smiles, snapping a photo in their brand new home. A typical 1950s family moment, right? But when they developed the film, what they saw was anything but typical. There, clear as day, was what looked like a body plummeting from the ceiling. Talk about a housewarming surprise. Now, this wasn't just some smudge or a stray hair on the camera lens. This figure had an eerily human-like shape. Some said it was just a lens flaw or a smear, but come on, a smear that looks exactly like a person? That's stretching it. Whispers began. Could it be the ghost of a previous tenant? A spectral photobomber, perhaps? When this image hit the internet in 2009, it spread like wildfire. Armchair detectives and skeptics alike weighed in. Some cried, double exposure, while others were convinced of its paranormal origins. But despite all the theories, the true nature of this mysterious figure remains. Well, a mystery. So, what's your take? Ghostly apparition or a quirky camera glitch? Number 5. Mars Beacon of Light. Ever been on a late-night internet deep dive and stumbled upon something that made you go, wait, what? Well, NASA's Curiosity rover had one of those moments on Mars. Picture this, a barren Martian landscape, and suddenly, there's a peculiar light gleaming from a distant valley. Now, Mars is supposed to be a lonely place, so what's with the unexpected glow? The internet was buzzing. Was this the proof we've all been waiting for? A beacon of life on the red planet? The images from Curiosity sparked a whirlwind of debates and theories, and the plot thickened when it was revealed that this mysterious light was captured on 2 separate days by the rover's right-hand navigation camera. But, and here's the kicker, the left-hand camera, which pairs with the right to give a 3D view, didn't pick up the light at all. So, was this a Martian Morse code or just a camera glitch? Now, before you start packing to join a Martian colony, NASA weighed in. They were quick to play the role of the party pooper, suggesting that the light was probably just a well-timed reflection of sunlight or maybe light sneaking through a dent in the rover's camera housing. No aliens waving hello, unfortunately. But here's the silver lining. This little episode shows just how eager and hopeful we are to find our cosmic neighbors. Even the most skeptical scientists had their fingers crossed, if only for a moment. So, what do you think? Was it a Martian rave, or just a camera rave-up? Share your wildest theories below, and let's keep the cosmic conversation going. Number 6. Black Knight Satellite. Alright, space sleuths, let's dive deep into a cosmic mystery that's been floating around, pun intended, since the 1950s. Imagine a time when satellite technology was still in its infancy. Now, enter Donald Kyo, a retired naval aviation major and UFO enthusiast. In 1954, he dropped a bombshell. The U.S. Air Force had detected not 1, but 2 satellites orbiting Earth. But here's the twist. No nation had the tech to launch satellites back then. So, where did they come from? Cue the dramatic music and enter the conspiracy theorists. They spun a tale of the Black Knight satellite, suggesting that one of these orbiting objects wasn't just any satellite, but a 13,000-year-old artifact from another world. The theory goes that this extraterrestrial tech is cruising around Earth in a near-polar orbit, and NASA, being the sneaky agency it is, has been covering up its existence. Fueling this theory was a photo from the STS-88 mission. While NASA labeled it as mere space debris, possibly a lost thermal blanket, conspiracy buffs saw it as proof of the Black Knight's existence. But here's a twist in our tale. Skeptics have pointed out that Kyo was promoting his UFO book around the same time. Could the stories have been a clever marketing ploy, perhaps even written with a wink and a nod? So, what do you think? Is the Black Knight an ancient extraterrestrial artifact, or just a mix of misunderstood tech and a dash of imagination? Drop your thoughts below. Number 7. Moon Pyramid. Alright, let's dive into a cosmic mystery that's been floating around the internet. Ever heard about that peculiar image from Apollo 17's last voyage to the moon? Well, here's the scoop. NASA initially brushed this image off as a blank. But, with a little digital magic and some contrast tweaks, what appeared to be a pyramid emerged from the shadows. Now, this isn't just any pyramid. This revelation stirred the pot of conspiracy theories. Whispers began circulating about secret lunar civilizations that NASA might be keeping under wraps. Apollo 17, for those who might not know, was NASA's swan song when it came to manned moon missions, happening back in December 1972. Eugene Cernan, while cruising on the lunar rover, took this debated snapshot. But here's a twist. An eagle-eyed netizen observed something intriguing. When you flip through the photos taken before and after this pyramid shot, it seems the mysterious structure might just be, wait for it, an overexposed image of the rover's seat. Classic mix-up, right? But, as with many tales involving NASA and government bodies, the waters are murky. We're often left piecing together the puzzle, wondering what's fact and what's pure speculation. So, what do you think? Is it a hidden lunar landmark or just a photographic hiccup? Number 8. The Tether Incident. Alright, space buffs, let's journey back to 1996. The Space Shuttle Columbia was on its STS-75 mission, and things were going pretty smoothly. On day 4 of their 15-day adventure, the crew was all set to deploy a satellite, tethered to a whopping 12-mile-long cable designed to channel electricity. Sounds like a regular day in space, right? But then, the unexpected happened. Just 5 hours into this satellite experiment, the tether snapped. The satellite, probably feeling a newfound freedom, decided to drift away into the vastness of space. But here's where things get really interesting. Enhanced footage of this incident surfaced on the internet, and it showed something peculiar. UFOs, or what looked like them, seemed to be swarming around the broken tether. Bright dots and larger white circles danced around the cable, turning a routine mission into a cosmic mystery. So, was it just space debris, or were extraterrestrial beings having a close encounter with our tech? The debate is still on, and the truth? Well, it's still out there. Number 9. Time-traveling hipster. Alright, mystery enthusiasts, Let's journey back to 1941. Picture this, the reopening of the South Fork Bridge in British Columbia. Among the crowd, a man stands out, not because he's doing anything extraordinary, but because of his attire. This photograph, which went viral, had many shouting, "Time traveler." Why? Well, our man seemed to be rocking a style that was way ahead of his time. Modern sunglasses, a seemingly advanced camera, and what appeared to be a printed t-shirt. The internet quickly dubbed him the time-traveling hipster. But, before we jump into our time machines, let's dissect this a bit. Those modern sunglasses? They've been around since the 1920s. And that printed t-shirt? On closer inspection, it's probably a sweater with a sewn emblem, reminiscent of sports teams' attire from that era. In fact, the design is strikingly similar to the Montreal Maroons, a hot ice hockey team of the time. As for the rest of his outfit, it's casual but not out of place for the 1940s. And that camera that had everyone buzzing? Turns out, compact cameras were being produced as early as 1938, with companies like Kodak leading the way. This intriguing photograph became such a sensation that it was even discussed at a 2011 conference in Philadelphia. But after some thorough detective work, it seems our hipster wasn't a time traveler after all, just a guy with a unique style. So, what do you think? Was he ahead of his time or just marching to the beat of his own drum? And if you're curious about more mysteries from the past, make sure to hit that subscribe button. Number 10. Bigfoot on Mars. Alright, space enthusiasts, let's zoom in on a Martian mystery that's been causing quite a stir. Picture this, the Mars exploration rover, Spirit, is chilling on top of home plate in November 2007, snapping a panoramic shot of the Martian landscape. But wait, what's that in the distance? A humanoid figure. Some eagle-eyed observers were quick to dub it Bigfoot on Mars. Yep, you heard that right. Now, the idea of Bigfoot, a creature of North American folklore, taking a vacation on Mars is, well, out of this world. It begs the question, did Bigfoot have a spacefaring cousin? Or did some interplanetary exchange program happen that we're not aware of? But before we start designing "Welcome Bigfoot" banners, let's ground ourselves. Some experts believe this Martian Bigfoot is just our brains playing tricks on us. Ever heard of pareidolia? It's when we see patterns, like faces, where none actually exist. It's the same phenomenon that makes us see bunnies in cloud formations or a face on a piece of toast. In this Martian case, the Bigfoot might just be an oddly shaped rock. And here's a fun fact. Based on some nifty calculations, this so-called Bigfoot would be a pocket-sized creature, standing at just about 6 centimeters tall and chilling less than 5 meters from the rover. So, while it might not be an actual Bigfoot, it's a fun reminder of how our brains love to find patterns, even millions of miles away on another planet. What do you think? Is it a Martian myth or just a rock with good PR? Thank you for watching another episode of Thought Trail. For more mind-blowing videos like this, click the video on your screen.